And this is session 25 of Ultraviolet Grasslands.
So in terms of establishing the legume canon and also call it the biomutagenic canon for our game,
Mhm.
um, obviously biomancy can do some interesting biomutagenic stuff,
Yeah.
and also hypothetically fantascience can too. Although I don't know.
I came in late during this conversation, so are we talking about a cannon that fires legumes or the canonical status
It's
of
funny.
legumes
A
in
little
our
bit of
world?
both, like,
It's
yeah.
funny that you say that because he did not mean a cannon that fires legumes, but as soon as he said that, my mind was like, well, now I want a cannon that fires legumes,
Yeah.
even though he meant the other cannon.
Well, I was mixing my metaphors just for
Sure.
fun. So
We'll use legume cannon to build a
Aim the
legume cannon.
yeah.
exactly. I'm just trying to yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, just so this is similar to my question about herbalism, i.e., making teas that I had before, and your answer seemed to be basically just make rolls when it makes sense in the fiction.
Yeah.
And instead of having me try and create a whole herbalism system for
Right.
you, which I was thinking about doing,
Yeah.
but so in terms of the way game system affects play, for instance, in fantascience with having specific spells, you can go, oh, I'm doing this spell, it has these effects,
Mhm.
and then you can go from there and try and vary how it's used and stuff. And obviously, Aderon has gotten tremendous effect out of flesh like clay.
Mhm. Yeah.
So some things are easy in terms of the fiction to go, hey, can I do this?
Yeah.
But something like um, creating beings that have a fantascience or biomantic component
Right.
that requires a little bit more mental effort, it
Yeah.
seems like.
Because like are we doing this over several years where we're letting the
Yeah.
beans grow season after season, or are we like jamming some biomancy lab stuff and like fast acting? Is like there's risks and benefits to all
Okay,
those different approaches.
gotcha. Well, okay, so maybe we should think about it in terms of almost similar to doing a milk run where maybe we
Mm.
set up experiments and then we can either go fast in the experiments or slow in the experiments.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How does that sound to you, Heath? Because we're talking about your beans.
Possibly good. It's just like the long term thing. I get how that probably makes more real world sense,
Yeah,
but it's also less compelling game wise
Mhm.
right.
because it's not very much fun to be like, well, let's do an experiment, and then a year from now we'll have a cool bean.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah,
Which is, but I think it could also be a mixture of both. Like I kind of figure the kind of stuff like if it's stuff like me trying when I was trying to maybe make a cross between the bean and the puff shroom.
Mhm.
Like to me, that's just legume farming, probably on its own, no problem. And then that could probably be a short term something I do in my mobile
Right, like
greenhouse.
I let it go and
Make a little graft or whatever, and we probably have fast grow lights or something.
yeah.
But then I think where it could be fun, where like the biomassing stuff could play in, is the other thing I was talking about. Like if I start trying to do something weirder, that's not just like crossing foods. It's
Mhm.
like, well, what if we make a bean that can like open your mind to the noosphere or whatever? So
right.
it sort of depends on what. I think there's like food stuff probably just falls under legume farmer, but then like cooler mixings, it would be fun to be able to mix and match. And again, I don't know what the mechanic is, but yeah, I think it'd be cool to if we both have to roll our respective skills and see how
Yeah.
they or
Mhm.
something.
Mhm.
So one thing we could do is per week we could do research tasks
Yeah, yeah.
where we each contribute a week of time, or instead of like doing scavenging or whatever, we're researching in the bean lab,
Yeah.
and then like contributing different facets to what we're trying to construct.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Or
it's
actually
a
that,
long-term project in
Yes.
Yeah.
parlance.
or something that might and this would involve more involvement from Mark, because we're like obviously getting way outside what's in the instructions. But you saying that just gave me this idea of like the same way we can roll for discoveries of location. It would almost be cool maybe if we can be like, I'm going to do a bean experiment and see if I can discover.
You're
And
discovering, right?
Mark could make something like, oh, you know what you figured out is this, and beans like grow little arms and start fighting each other or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, Ars Magica does have rules for, not that I remember them, but for seasonal research and stuff to invent new magic stuff. So there are some games that already have structural ideas about this. The other thing I would say is, like with biomancy, I can conceivably speed up the process.
Yeah.
So like we could come up with an idea and then
not have to wait a whole season of crossbreeding to get manifest or whatever.
Depending on the role, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like maybe the biomantic roll goes badly and the beans all, get
maybe
sick.
we wait a whole season and get shriveled dead beans.
Mhm.
I feel like on a failed biomancy roll, things are probably worse than that.
Yeah.
We find them crawling in our ears as we sleep.
Yeah. Don't give him that idea.
It's the
Star
Trek Wrath of Khan scene, but with beans.
Has Modon talked to anyone at the Sarai about your aspirations for beanomancy, bean farming, bean alteration, whatnot?
It's a good question. I only way I think that would have probably come up. I mean, I'm open to anything. Is like he's obviously always trying to evangelize about beans and sell people on. Oh, and I think the way he is always trying to express that, like he can customize beans. Like maybe if you like this breed, we can, like kind of again like the way he thought about breeding with a shroom or another idea I'd had was I kind of thought, maybe fun to like crossbreed some beans with those roots the mole rats eat to make some special beans for our mole rat friends. Because you said they mostly eat these little roots or something, right?
Yeah, they just like forage for roots and whatnot.
Yeah. Or, just so I think it comes up like that maybe where people are like, beans, what's that? Or, well, I don't know. I really like toad feet. I'm like, well, I might be able to make you that.
So Adron is at play in this question too, because one of the two things that I wanted to do before we headed out in the caravan that I didn't get done last week is to see if I can get a better replacement for my sort of hodgepodge biomancy kit that I got from the Great Folk by talking to Anise and Basil and see if they can like recommend what kind of things to buy or whatever. And so I didn't know if that was like how much something like that might be. And I thought about just getting a biomancy virtual bag would be one option. But the other thing is Aderon would probably ask Anise and Basil a little bit about what would it take to do biomantic processes on beans.
Right.
While it might not get into the general public, Aderon would have asked specifically about, okay, I'm thinking about helping a friend with his bean evolution plans and
I do think I think it's obvious. I'm definitely trying to like make a name for myself as like a bean czar, like this new thing, and hopefully spread the knowledge of beans as well as like, oh, we met this guy who's like, and he supplied us with these beans, and that's something that actually, now that we mention it, that could be another fun thing when Phaedron's here with his advertising skills is like,
were you around
my social media marketer to get my bean czar
right, your
empire name out there?
Were you around for the cave octopus?
That was not sound familiar.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I wasn't. Sometimes I don't remember.
I think you would remember, for sure. It was kind of early on, so it might have been before you. Yeah, there's a Phaedron will definitely tell you about the biomancer that he met previously. That's a giant cave octopus. little bit might be a little bit unstable, but
Most people around here are in one way or
yeah,
another.
yeah. Also, Zuna, who owns and runs the Giving Cow, is also a biomancer.
Right.
They they're the ones who made the giant utter centerpiece of their place. Um, yeah, and then there's the whole lab complex by the Lurid Pines.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the purpose of getting trained up and getting better grounded in it, is that hopefully we can find some interesting things that we can do in the complex.
Yeah.
I don't know, is it possible to buy like books or memory crystals of knowledge?
Probably that would be probably a
That's okay.
rarer item.
Yeah. I just didn't know if there was a way for Aderon to get a biomancy library or basic library or something.
Mhm. I imagine they have it somewhat at the what's it called? The buried delicatessen. Um, I'm sure they have some resources there. They probably do not want to part with them.
Right. Okay.
Although they might for add-on since you're the chosen one or whatever.
Yeah, but I don't want to take. I mean, part of being the chosen one is being respectful of people's needs. It's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the great folk also have a natural inclination for biomancy as well. So there's that.
Right. Yeah. So maybe I could get a little bit more biomantic um, proclamations from the great ones
Yeah.
or the great folk.
Um,
Okay.
I think also like if word of this made its way out, I think you may have heard a rumor of, and maybe this would perk up Newt's ears as well. There's, in the death facing passage, there's rumored to be a vault of ancient ultra technology, some of which is like high level biomantic craziness that can do all sorts of stuff. But again, very dangerous to even get there, much less search for it, much less get into it and see what it is.
Right.
Yeah, and I forgot last time we talked about, we were just on the cusp of it being kind of a bad time to travel, right?
Yeah, so right now it is, according to the calendar, we are in Unity 3, almost at the end of Unity. So Unity is basically September. This is the last like super easy travel month. Next month is Violent Month, and it gets travel is harder and it's wet. Then is Snowbringer, which becomes grueling, and then Dead Winter is futile. So Dead Winter is where things really grind to a halt.
Right.
And that's 3 months of winter that you can travel in. It's just there's not the animals won't forage, for example, for starters.
Right.
The misfortune rolls will be affected, and so on. Travel time will increase.
Hmm. Well, I know Phaedra wants to try and get back to the lab to explore it. And
As
we
do I,
have,
but obviously, like I imagine that's not something we're gonna do without Phaedrid here, so that might have to wait.
well, we can travel with, I was thinking about we can travel without Mike being present, and
Yeah,
that's not
Yeah. We
a
just don't
huge
want to like.
yeah.
problem.
And Phaedron's there. Um, yeah, and I mean, even like thinking about the winter, um, are the although it is a site of danger, The top level of the biomancer compound is populated with friendly mole rats, and it is a couple days journey from an actual uh, destination. So
Yeah.
in theory, that's not a terrible place to hole up for the winter. There you could also press westward into the unknown. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about 2 months to the Spectrum Palace, probably. If you want to party down for the winter with a bunch of satraps, but again, that's pushing into the weird and unknown. So who knows what might happen there?
Yeah, and I mean, our immediate goal is just to try to complete the lab.
Mhm.
And I think like we've made some progress unintended in reducing the danger in the hamster area.
Mhm. Yep.
So mostly I'm just not sure how much fun it's going to be wintering with the mole rats, but I mean, they're good company.
And if we wind up, doing something where there's not a lot to do, we can just fast forward over those months, right? It's just
Yeah.
spend resources.
Right. Well, we have to be doing beam research. There's always something
Yeah,
to do.
clearly.
Okay. Two other bits of things. One is the kid who's the untrained warrior who keeps wanting to get a job.
Yeah, the what was his name? Um, Dolce.
Yeah. Um, Aderon wants to hire him. Just we can give him what should probably be fairly safe experience of travel and stuff, and
Yeah,
then he can see if he actually likes it or whatever. And
right.
we have to bring him into the deeps of the lab or anything.
Yeah, when you bring that up, there is a whole conversation. Newt explains to Dolce that we are pretending to be multiple around the rest of the party.
Yeah.
And then I go to the rest of the party and explain to them that I am pretending to pretend to be multiple around Dolce.
Aderon, why would you do that?
We believe that we may be hunted, and we do not wish to we do not wish for him to ask too many questions about our identity.
Did he express an awareness that you were multiple?
We do not believe so, but it would be easier to pretend than to pretend to be singular.
I'm confused. Aderon turns and walks off. Um, so I guess I'll pay for that. Um, and it looks like that's for say 3 weeks of travel. That's roughly
18. Yeah.
18. Yeah. And then how much would it be in terms of for supplies?
Yeah, and then he's just an extra one sack of supplies per week.
Okay, and how much is a sack of supply?
I think we said 10.
10. Okay. So 30, 48. So we'll just say 50 to cover. Okay. Or maybe we'll say 48. That'll save me too.
Yeah, will we be able to get supplies elsewhere though, or should we plan to have store supplies there for the winter if we do plan to travel there?
You can definitely get
Yeah.
supplies at the shell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, at the shell, right? We could,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we'll have to go into the Behemoth Shell, get whatever supplies we want, and then sort of figure out what our routine is.
Yeah, and theoretically, if there are other caravans on the road, that it's possible that you'd be able to trade with them for supplies, but that is dependent on situation.
Yeah. Okay, so I've done that. The last thing is part of Albanegra's background is she has a map to some unclaimed aerolith, and I just wanted you to know, just
Yeah,
somewhere to the west, there is an unclaimed aerolith that Albanegra has a map to, which is why she was on the road.
is that on her sheet?
I don't know if I got it on the sheet. It was part of what I rolled up,
Okay, cool.
and I can drop that back in the chat. I guess. Let's see. Where would I put that on her sheet?
Just put it in notes.
Okay. Where is notes? Where is notes? We actually have notes. Oh, it's down there.
And that is probably going to be pointing in the direction of the Forest of Meat.
The Forest of what?
The Forest of Meat,
Okay.
which is just a quick hop from the Black City.
Gotcha. So no time soon.
You could hustle, but you can overwinter at the Spectrum Palace, set out in the spring. Fine.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get that far that fast.
Although remember, traveling gets us XP.
It does.
It
We can
does,
just
it's
travel
true.
and travel and travel and travel and travel.
Definitely could.
But discoveries get us interesting stuff.
And more XP.
That too.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking about because we were talking about the rate of XP. And it's like it's interesting that we trickle in a little just naturally, but there's like choices to be made whether like you're spending time like am I going to search for discoveries, which is XP, or am I going to train, which is skills, or am I going to like spend time going to places that I know, which is going to get us money? Like there's a interesting
Right.
tension.
Yeah, and then there's like the like thing that as you explore, you inevitably get entangled in things. So you end up exploring less and doing more like tending to business and problems with people you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You haven't met us. We are notorious for going from exploration to exploration every 5 minutes. The lab is sort of unusual. So in the past, we have not been so one track.
And you can always run away from your entanglements as well. The Badlands is a big place.
Yeah, I mean, we've done a little bit of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Speaking of which,
yeah,
we were heading out from the Sarai last time. Is that right?
yes, and actually, speaking of entanglements, we had put a tracker on the tiny assassin to see where it would go.
That's right. So far, it is hanging out by the outpost.
Okay.
It has not left yet.
Yeah, it hasn't killed anybody yet.
It hasn't killed anybody yet.
We did sort of like take all the poison out, so it could hurt somebody, but it's harder for it to kill somebody.
Yeah, it'd be like a little scorpion sting without any venom.
Okay.
Cool. Dulce's coming with you. Hooray. And
Maybe if we pretend to die around it, it will go back.
Wait, it was trying to kill Phaedra, so
yeah, it
Phaedra
was like in his
left.
boot or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, we don't know that it was trying to kill Phaedra. It was trying to poison Phaedra.
Yeah.
Maybe mind control, who knows?
Cool. Do we want to head down to the Waystone
Yep.
or go through the death-facing passage? Cool. Waystone. Week of traveling. Spend a week of supplies for everybody.
Okay. That will be 9 supplies. Although I'll just say 8 because I haven't added.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who would like to make our misfortune roll?
Is it time for me to use my Bashika's ability again?
Yeah. It's got the
Danger sense.
danger sense. Yeah, cool. So you can make that roll with +3.
Actually, it was supposedly it was another 1d6. What we did.
1d6 then, yes.
So oh wait, where's my
With a bonus.
Yeah, so that's a d20 and a d6.
Correct.
Remembering how things work. D6. Oh God, it's so bad. Even with 2 dice. 4.
A
It's only
4.
4.
Right.
Bashika does not sense danger. Busy grazing.
I think she does sense danger, all right. This is a couple days into the trip, after you're out of the sight of the Sarai, basically. You're getting into the rusty dustlands near the Waystone graveyard. The piles of broken machinery and whatnot are starting to appear. You've been back and forth here a few times. The Bashika does like stand stock still, like before you know anything is going on. And before too long, you hear the hoofbeats of riders approaching quickly from behind you, from the Sarai. And they are you can see, like, looking back, you can see the red dust coming up behind them. They are hauling ass after you. But you have a minute before they get to you. What would
I
you
don't.
like?
Who,
So let me
who is it you said?
Yeah, let me ask you a question. Is this after we've caught back up to the caravan, or is this
Yeah, I think
while?
it's after that you've caught up to the caravan.
Okay.
And it's just we don't know who. Would you say it is? It's just some writers we don't know much about.
Yeah, some riders. They're coming up quickly on you.
You how far did you say like the desk emitter worked at? Was it like an area in front of me, right?
Oh yeah, the dusk emitter. Yeah.
Oh, and there's that other question. Did we go ahead and buy the frames?
Oh yeah,
The
that's a good question. Did you?
That was the intention. So
I don't see them in the caravan, so I don't think we pulled the trigger on it.
right, but that was
I remember us saying we did for sure,
yeah.
but I don't know if we didn't add because I remember
Mike may just not have.
because we mentioned how like that way we could basically each
And
they
yeah.
paid. I mean, didn't pay for themselves, but carried.
Right.
How much were they again?
Let me see.
They were like a couple hundred, it seemed like.
Yeah.
Hope we didn't just forget to write. Hope we didn't pay for them and not write them down. So we have to pay for them again.
Yeah.
Let's see. Frame. Where did I get those from? From the list of trade goods here. Goods.
Yeah, is that weird? It's like we're talking about the weird like exoskeleton things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually a golem exoskeleton, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I got it from somewhere. What were they called? They clearly weren't called frames because I'm not finding those. Um, they were from the table of trade goods, which is coming from the
So
items.
they
Yes.
weren't golem armors.
No. Let's see.
Here it is. Exoskele-golem.
Exoskeleton golems, 500 each. Yep.
Okay. Well, do we go ahead and spend our last 1,000 on them? I mean, and that was something that was recommended, I believe.
Yeah, I mean it's a good investment. You can carry more. Um, they don't offer any protection armor wise, but
Right.
they're handy, which is why they're expensive.
Yeah. Where would we stick them on the
Well, we'd
sheet?
be wearing them, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, I think they do technically take up a little space because they are like armor, so you just like put it in a slot. It says they're 5 stones worth, but they let you carry an extra sack.
Right. I'm just trying to think how to.
So basically, the shuffling around would be they take up 5 slots of your items, but you can carry an extra sack worth of stuff.
Right. That's a good question. Okay. Oh, I have it twice.
But they take up 5 slots?
Yeah, yeah, because it's like you strapping stuff on and like bolting stuff on. There's like taking up like where you would normally be wearing like a backpack and
Right.
carrying stuff, but then they let you carry more once you've got it on.
Yeah. So my question.
But like, so what does the sack translate into in terms of slots then?
A
10.
sack is basically your full capacity.
Yeah.
Like a person can carry 1 sack worth of stuff.
So, all right.
Okay.
So how are we going to, the first question is how should we notate paying for them?
Excellent question.
Should we, I do not have enough to buy any. Heath, you have enough to buy 2,
Caravan.
or we can take them out of the last little bit of the caravan. Should we just take them out of the caravan?
Oh, I'm trying to remember because
I can put 300 of my cash up to buy part of one.
Well, I mean, that's why we have caravan cash.
Yeah.
Because we can always use our personal.
Okay, I
cash.
thought we didn't have enough in the caravan though.
We have enough.
2.
Yeah, we have enough for
in the
2, which
caravan.
is probably all we should do.
Okay.
So I mean, like technically, if we wanted more than 2, the caravan could buy 2, and then like I could buy one of my own. Like, I mean, if everybody wanted to have one.
According to the transcript, we did not buy them last time, but we were talking about them.
Right. Yeah, and I don't know if we would keep them or not. I guess this is sort of we can try them out, and if we like them, maybe we keep them. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I remember like that's why we thought they were good to buy because we could definitely sell them for. I thought it was like more than we bought, so like we'll definitely make a profit off them.
Even especially with pattern around. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and it seemed like they're something that the great folk would appreciate.
And in the meantime, they're not actually burdening us since they're allowing us to carry more.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract 1,000 from the caravan's cash. And I don't know why there's a calculation going on there, but I will not mess with it. So the caravan is down to 85. And that gives us, and I'm not sure exactly where to put them.
Yeah, that's what I'm still confused about them taking 5 slots.
Well, they're taking so when you're in the thing, it consumes 5 of your carry slots, but then it also gives you a whole sack in addition.
Mhm.
Well, that's why I'm not sure how to like. For example, right now I have 2 open item slots.
Right.
So
Right.
how does that work?
So you would probably want to stash some stuff in a sack somewhere. So like if you like the stuff that you're carrying, like if you're wearing armor, you got that. If you've got your weapons at hand, you've got those. But you can always like throw stuff in a sack, right? But that means like you throw your weapons in a sack. If you get jumped, it takes time to get them out and all that stuff. Whereas if you have stuff at hand, like I got a flashlight, here you go.
Right.
I've got my rope ladder. Let's go.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, like the rope ladder could go in a sack.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah, and if you want like for ease, like do like yeah, like if you want to say like it's 4 slots and then have like the sack be the 5th slot, that makes sense. And then you can just keep track of what's in the sack on one of the sack pages in the cargo. There are several of.
Okay, well, figure this out. So obviously, let me do some copying, pasting, and things. Copied it, moved some stuff up because my vest and my suit are not negotiable. They have to stay on me. I've already got some stuff. My gun is concealed in one of my pockets because I'm a pocket master.
Pocket master.
right.
So then my traveler kit and the rope ladder could definitely go into the sack.
So
Oh, and also, do y'all two want to? Are we all three? Because I can buy, like, again, I can buy a third one if we want to get a third one.
yeah, if you want to get a third one, go ahead and do that. I'm trying to figure out how to notate it in the caravan. Should I
Yeah,
put 2 or 3 in the caravan?
let's go ahead and might as well do 3. So
Okay.
we can. And I would say 4, but I don't want to make that decision for Phaedrid without. He would have to buy his own as well.
Yeah, and if you don't want to wear them, they 2 of them will fit in a sack, basically. So you can just stash them.
Okay, and their capacity is
I'm fine with stashing mine because I have a lot of I think I have a lot of weapons on hand that I mean out of character, we know that something's happening now.
Yep.
I also feel though like
Yeah.
Newt probably was not comfortable putting all the weapons away after getting mugged in town.
That is fair.
also we have quite a few NPCs, some of whom could be driving exoskeleton golems.
True. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they would love that. make their trip so much easier.
that's true.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be easier to do that. But
Are these are these just Death Stranding characters now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
okay, so yes, I bought a third one.
Okay.
I have 3 to do with.
Um,
As we please.
read this because I knocked it out. Okay, right here. 3. Just gonna assume that they're sort of being used. Okay. So in terms of people, the luxury animal groomer would be a good choice to drive one. And I don't know who else might want to operate one. I mean, we could have Dolce operate one.
Totally good.
And then what about your Moon Mountain Witch, Keith?
Yeah,
what does
why
she
not?
do?
I don't see any reason why she couldn't drive one.
Okay. What is she somebody who has magic and stuff, or I don't
I don't know, since she's my friend, but
She's a
still
moon
an
witch.
NPC.
Yeah, right now she is level 1 moon mountain witch. That is it. She probably doesn't have any spells on her because she was a zombie until recently.
Yep.
So she's pretty useless. She's a useless friend.
No, she's not useless. She just needs to be resupplied.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to spend money on Alba Negra to get her to have more effectiveness.
Yeah, see, that's something I'm still confused because you took her on as another player character.
Yeah.
While mine are just friends, which, to my understanding, after talking to Mark, is not like another full character.
They're just
still an NPC.
NPCs. Yeah. They're there, and the gorilla could do accounting. They can do their thing.
Yeah. Is it something where the Moon Witch needs to be supplied for her to be able to do her job? I mean, the animal groomer probably doesn't need much in the way of supplies, but
yeah, I mean, her job right now is knowledge of stuff.
Okay.
If you wanted to buy her a spell or get her set up with something like that, you could probably do that. But yeah, right now she's just knowledge of witchy stuff.
Still not exactly clear on the value of having friends.
More people.
I don't really see what that does. Yeah, but they could be. I don't know the difference between them being NPCs in our party and them being my friends.
Right.
I don't see any functional difference. So I'm like, why?
I mean, the functional difference is that you can level them up, basically. Once they're pets or friends, then you can start throwing whereas NPC.
Like we were talking about, I think a couple sessions ago, about how kind of leveling up slows down the higher you get.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out why then. Yeah, it's just confusing. I remember we had this discussion. I'm still trying to get my head around it. The difference between Aderon making a full character and me just leaving him as an NPC.
Yeah, I mean, and so basically NPCs stay at pretty static. They are one-dimensional characters that are mine, right? You get more agency over them. You can level them up and add new stuff, develop them, and if God forbid something happens to Modan, you can jump right into one. Yeah.
Well, and in theory, we have story agency over the friends and the pets.
And they're not going to run off, right? If something terrible comes upon you and Dulcie's like, I'm out.
Yeah,
something
right.
can happen, right?
It is, which is fine, totally fine. Aderon just thought Dulce should have a chance to experience adventure and then decide whether or not that's actually for him.
My goal at this point is to get to level 5. Then I can start sharing some XP. So once I get to level 5, they'll be like, well, now it's going to be 10 years till I level up again.
The correct way to do that is you spend some money and invite Newt to whatever carousing you're doing. It will give you better carousing skills.
Yeah, we saw how my carousing went. Not well.
Yeah, at this point, I have multiple skills to go carousing with.
Okay, so we have the exoskelegolems assigned at the moment with Shafuria, Vec Driver, and Dolce all having exoskeletal golems. So they're probably not going to be doing anything combat-wise anyway. So,
Scary engine.
uh,
Pack mules.
I guess Modan is on his beetle horse.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Do
have
we-
detected these riders coming at us.
And I'm guessing, I mean, if since Bashika's like detecting danger, that we have a pretty good sense it's saying that'll be a friendly encounter.
Yeah, I mean, you know, occasionally people will be in a hurry. I think Bashika acting the way that she is indicates some level of danger. Yeah, I think that's safe to say.
In standard Aderon fashion, Aderon will walk back to the back of the caravan to stand in the road with a cup of tea.
I mean, my first thought as Newt was to like, so the dusk emitter actually like emits darkness, right?
Yeah, it's like a
Okay.
reverse flashlight.
Yeah. Oh, so like if I fire it, it like does the darkness stay there or does it like go away once I move the beam?
Great question. I think that's up to you.
Because I was almost thinking of like laying down a like spray of
Oh, I
darkness
kind of like
to give
disappear.
us ourselves a chance to figure out whether we want to run away or hunker down.
Interesting, interesting. Is there anything dusk emitter? A convenient pocket-sized anti-light ray wand gun emits dusk in a 15-degree cone. Medium reload 3 blinding old tech.
Sounds like it acts like a flashlight then, so you're shining dark basically. That's what it
Okay.
sounds like.
Yeah.
In that case, I will not. I will grab one of my grenades and have it at the ready.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Alba Negra is probably going to enter the noosphere to check the noosphere for what things look like from the noosphere.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing significant about them in that respect. They seem to be human-ish riders, some kind of horses.
Yep.
Yeah. And they actually, like, even though they're riding up, once they see that you stopped, they pull up short, probably like just outside of yelling distance, right? Like they can like you could gesture at them, but they probably wouldn't be able to communicate well. And there's 8 of them. You can definitely see there's 8 of them, and they are on horses.
I
They
do have pleasant
to be
for reactions.
of some kind. Yeah. Say that again. What was that?
I do have pleasant for reactions.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, well, right at the moment, Aderon's at the front of the interaction. Aderon will just stand there sipping tea quietly and wait for them to make a decision. Because it's clear we can't outrun them.
And they are, so I think
I do. I always try to greet so that I can.
yeah. Aderon was around for the hubbub with the Vohm caravan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
Clearly
got
not associated with
attack.
clearly unaffiliated. Not they don't appear to have any Vohm. Like if you like get a look at them, it seems like they're kind of. I think one of them has whatever the binocular equivalent is, maybe like a spyglass, and they're like kind of like trying to. I think it's clear, like they're trying to assess like, your strength, basically. Like they're trying to see, like, are you easy pickings, or do we have to like do something else?
Right. Hmm.
Oh, decisions.
Do they have any insignia on, or any sort of indication of like factional allegiance?
Not factional, but it does see like they are dressed extremely well, suitably for this. Like they have, proper rust dust protection and wrapped cloaks. Like they look like people who are probably mostly familiar with this area and are not suffering for
Do
it.
they have like weapons on display? As in, like, are they carrying open
They are
weapons?
openly carrying some sort of long weapon. Yeah.
Then I will, with admitting as much pleasantry as I can, with my pleasance, wave friendlily with my gun. Like, hi, hey, hello. As if, again, not in a threatening way, but as if we two are just carrying our weapon.
Yeah.
You're on the road, you carry your weapons. It's
Yeah.
a normal thing to do.
Yeah.
So not like.
Now,
Again,
is that a forbidden tech gun you're
it
waving?
is, but I don't. I figure with this group, I'm probably not
Yeah.
real
not
concerned
brandishing.
about them being like, "Hey, that's illegal, buddy."
Yeah. They might want it, but they're not going to complain.
I'm hoping to either, I don't know what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Let me
Basically, let
get
them know we are not easy pickings.
Yeah. Let me get a reaction roll from you.
Is the message here?
Yeah.
Like, my intent is friendly. We are not easy pickings. Is the thought process going through my head? So what am I rolling? I'm sorry.
A reaction roll. D20 plus your charisma plus your pleasant.
Okay, charisma, pleasant. What am I on pleasant? I am expert on pleasant. So that is a +4 according to the mouse over. 7, so +7 total. A 14.
A 14. Yeah.
Respectable.
Um.
Better than that 4 I rolled earlier.
Yeah, way better. There's one of the riders kind of trots forward a little bit, just to like make it clear, like they are the one in front. And they raise a weapon. It looks like it's bigger than a rifle. It's hard to tell at this distance, but it's a good 5 feet long or whatever. And kind of like raises it and kind of like does like the Sand Raider gesture at you. Yeah. But they're not approaching.
Do we just keep going onward or go off the beaten path? What do you all think? Seems like probably trying to stay away from these people is the way to go. Like, not going. Like,
I mean, if they're in a hurry, I think moving a bit off the path is probably in the best bet. See what they do.
Yeah, and just make it clear that we're letting them pass.
And I think it's clear, like from your role with the horse, and it's like just sort of like wanderer, because you're expert wanderer, right? Is that right?
I believe so. Expert traveler for sure.
I think it's like it's clear to you at least, like they were kind of like attempting to overtake you, and then when they saw that you had stopped and like noticed them, they decided to like kind of see what happened next. It's not like they were trying to get past you in a hurry. Like they were trying to catch up to you and overtake you, but then stopped when you noticed them. And right now they're just kind of waiting, it looks like.
Shall we just warily continue on? What do you?
we're in the rested desert area.
Yeah, you're on close to the Waystone graveyard.
All right. Um,
I think the only discovery that you've found there is the cliff face where you found Otakar.
right. Well, yeah, we've had the encounter with the giant rust worm.
Mhm.
Um,
It's a good point. I'll ride up next to Otokar as well and put my arm around the big bear man and laugh with him.
Terrifying bear.
Good bud. Good bud. Good having you with us, Otto.
Aderon's gonna they don't seem to be moving forward, so Aderon's just going to shrug their shoulders and then turn and start heading back towards the caravan.
I think Otokar and I will pull up the rear
Mhm.
very clearly, like keeping an eye on what's happening behind us.
Yeah. I mean, as you move forward, like it's again, expert wanderer here. They kind of hang back until you're mostly out of sight. But I think without a roll, even like you can tell that they are kind of trailing you a fair distance back. Like they're not galloping up anymore. There's no dust to give them away. But I think you can tell, like every once in a while you take a look back and you can see like maybe one of them is like scouting ahead and coming back.
Maybe this is a good. I don't know if this will really work. Maybe this would be a good time for Newt to come to the back with us and shine your dusk light behind us as we. I mean, I know we won't leave it.
Okay, but it has
maybe-
like a reload, so I don't know. Like,
Oh.
I can't
Mm.
just like it has ammo. I can't just like
Oh, you don't just like switch it on.
Right.
yeah. Well, I mean, the same way I can't just switch a flashlight on and leave it on all day.
Right.
No, not all day. No, I just meant like maybe to maybe it would cover us.
It might be that the dusk light would allow us to have light that they cannot see.
Actually, I just thought of something.
I don't think that's the way the dusk light works.
Since I am an expert traveler,
Mhm.
which says, you're skilled at managing a caravan, navigating with maps and stars and waypoints,
Mhm.
making, concealing camps, finding water. Is there anything I can think of, a way of traveling that we might be able to lose them, like maybe
Yeah.
off the path a little bit through some trees or something,
Yeah, that is one of the explicit actions that you can do is hiding.
Well, and
So-
in the rust lands, there probably are a fair number of nooks and crannies to hide in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am an expert traveler. I know what to do in this situation.
Yeah, and especially if you if you do this at night and kind of like travel without light, then go off the road, hide somewhere. You can definitely hide that way, and that's not even a roll. That's just a thing you can do that gives you bonuses to avoid or encounters and whatnot.
So when it starts becoming dark, would we normally camp when it got dark?
Yeah. Yeah,
So this
it sounds like you might be like going off trail or something without light, making camp,
yeah. So
concealing.
what is it? So I'm going to pull out of my traveler sack that we have old tech permanent tiki torches,
Mhm.
basically on poles. And just going to assume that normally we would be using something like this, and this time we're going to set it up, but we're going to set it up someplace and then not be there.
Nice. Nice.
So I will subtract some more from my traveler's pack. How much should I subtract for like 6 tiki torches?
I think that's just like a bundle of torches. I think that's just like one charge from the.
Okay. I shall put that in.
Nice.
Place to do this. Just put it here temporarily. Oops. Oh, no, not what I wanted to do. So, should we leave somebody around to watch the fake camp?
Well, maybe we can do the whole real concealed camp like within view of that, so we can
Yeah.
all keep an eye on it, but not
Okay.
close enough that they won't discover us.
Yeah, you can definitely do it.
We'll know if they discover the fake camp.
Oops, I just put that in the wrong place.
And then we can
I will-
decide what to do then.
And I think, yeah, once night falls, it's I assume there's a rotating watch per normal. You see whoever's up at the time, they come up on the camp, and they're not like pounding dust, like they kind of like come in the night, and you can see, first their shadows crossing in front of the torches and stuff. And it looks like they're kind of like circling the area. And then you hear one of them, they don't yell. They circle the area, like kind of like looking for you for a short time. And then they like almost like as one kind of like kick up and start tearing in the direction that you're going towards the waystone. Like, oh, like they tricked us. We're gonna go catch up with them again.
Okay.
Let's see. We did that. If anyone needs to rest, you can. I think we have that wasn't dangerous enough to do that. And I think with all this going on, you can continue to travel safely. When you reach the immense jade obelisk, you see the 8 riders kind of camped out by it, as if they are waiting for you. They don't appear to see you.
But we don't have to directly go to the Jade Obelisk.
You don't. No, you can circumvent it.
Yeah. We do need to be aware that the worm doesn't get real close to it, but
I think if you want to circumvent them safely, that will probably add a day of travel, which will push you over into an extra week.
so if we want to circumvent them unsafely, we won't add a day of travel.
Yeah, we could say that.
i.e., we would make a roll. What does everybody think?
Do we have the supplies for the extra week? I don't think so, right?
That is,
Yeah.
well,
It's 2 weeks to the shell, plus an extra week would be 3.
what do we have to have in supplies? We might actually have enough.
Yeah.
Let me
10, 16. I see 16 sacks of supplies.
Yeah, we really should have 3 more sacks that I paid for. So,
So I think you have exactly enough for 2 weeks.
okay.
Yeah.
Going hungry for a week is not terrible. It's not, life-threatening, but it's not comfortable either.
So, is there something in two-wheel cart number 4
I don't see anything.
Okay, I'm gonna because I bought 3 sacks of supplies to cover Dolce.
Cool.
Oops, there is something there.
I mean, I will say the person that can deal like 100 damage in one hit is not here.
That's true.
Well, but that's so he can't deal 100 damage to a normal individual.
I know.
100 damage to powerful individuals.
Yeah.
The person who's actually our
Powerful
most
individuals
dangerous,
that roll critical failures on their defense.
yeah, right. But actually, Stephen, what you may not be clear on is that Modan carries our illegal ancient tech radiation gun,
Hmm.
which does 3d8 damage.
And is totally safe.
Totally
Yeah,
safe.
absolutely.
So generally, when we get into a fight, Modan basically destroys a few people, and then we fight a little bit more, and then everybody runs away. So actually,
The
we do
only
have,
other idea I have, if, if we don't want to try to circumvent them, is, again, from not being seen. We currently have the element of surprise.
Yeah.
Having Otakar try another one of his ferocious roars.
Mm.
It worked so well on the cannibal hamsters, whatever they were. Yeah. Cannibal gerbils.
well,
No.
there is another possibility. Oh well, I should.
You can also forage here if you want to, like in the area. I mean, you have a lot of donkeys.
But I know.
They're also
Bashika-
delicious.
I know Bashika can forage for me, and Otakar can forage for himself, but that's still a lot of other people.
Well, and Aderon can forage too.
A pack animal provides 2 sacks of supplies, just for information's sake. Humans provide 1.
The downside to that is that we would have to explain to Apate why we killed her clients.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't
I
want
think a
to.
couple people could go hungry if we needed to go that
We can go hungry, but we can forage.
Yeah.
So what we would be looking for is trying to get up to. We have 9 people, so 9 supplies. Can everybody forage, or just the people with traveler?
Foraging is a destination action, so everyone can forage.
Okay.
I
Okay.
guess I
Well,
have extra. I know I have a.
Yeah. Oh, and Modan, you spent your week action on like doing the camp hiding and all that stuff. So you would not be in the foraging group.
I was gonna say Bashika has that special forager trait I took for them.
So we could have Bashika,
You'd have Bashika forage, yeah.
and then Aderon and Alba Negra, and
I'm not used to Mike's character being hidden, so I keep looking at Teal's character, thinking it's mine.
right. Yeah, that was I was having that problem too.
There we go.
I gotta stop doing that. Yeah, I will make a forage roll, and I make 2 forage rolls. One for Aderon and one for Alba Negra. So Aderon's forage roll is 18 plus what is there an attribute that applies to that?
It would be if you have Traveler.
Yeah, I have that. So it's 21.
Oh, cool. 21 will get you 4 sacks of supplies.
But none
yeah.
of the stats are added.
No.
Okay, so that's a plus 4 sacks. And I will.
Bashika is a skilled forager, so I would give her 3+3 on a forage roll, right?
Yeah,
yes. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go.
Oh, a 19 for Bashika.
Nice. That is 3 sacks of supplies.
Okay, so we're up to 7.
Found a really nice little grove.
So let me do Alba Negra, who does not have 10.
And that'll 10 will get you 2 sacks of supplies.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, so we're up to 9 at the moment. So 4 plus 3 plus, yep, 9 sacks of supplies. That's
You can do
enough to
next week,
cover us
like going hungry. Yeah.
for an additional week.
Okay.
Sneaky
Do
circumventing.
we need to do any more, or?
You want to Newt still has an action if you want to do something.
I mean, we have enough supplies, so I guess I'm just figuring out how my dusk emitter and diagnostic wand work.
Right, right.
Trying to improve my exotic weaponry skill. What uh let me roll that to
Yeah.
see if I continue to just do terribly. I somehow get mugged, even though
Bad luck.
oh, that's a 20.
Ooh, a 20. A 20 will get you 2 full successes.
Doesn't that also
Okay.
explode?
Tell me, it does explode. Yeah. Would you like to roll that 20-sided die one more time?
Okay. That's another 10.
Another 10. Okay, that's a 25. That will get you 1 success, but it will also get you an entirely new trait as well. So, take your exotic weapon. We're up to 2 out of 3.
Wait,
Um,
20.
It was already at 1 out of 3.
right. Yeah. So, a 25 or higher gets you one
Oh.
success plus
Oh,
plus an entire new trait.
okay.
Tell me more about what you're like, how you are studying, examining, playing with, experimenting with your weapons. What does your learning process look like?
I think that, let's see, Newt has one in thought. They're capable, but I think that because I feel like so much of Newt's traits and skills are tied up with the way they experience the world and like feeling things, I almost feel like rather than figure out the way things work, I'm almost more fitting how this exotic weaponry works into like how I already know other weapons work.
Nice.
Like I'm taking that knowledge and I'm kind of feeling them out rather than like understanding like the inner workings of them.
Awesome. How do you feel about taking the trait irresistible? That lets you
Okay.
um, every round in combat, you're going to deal damage equal to your level to a single foe, even if you missed.
Okay.
So that's like basically like using the techniques from your exotic weapons on your normal weapons as well. I'll paste
And
that.
do I get that as like do I just get it or do I put in
Just get it. Yep, as that skill.
okay. Okay.
Yep. Cool. Auto damage. Nice.
I want that.
Great.
You have to
You can
train me
get
in
it.
that.
It is a fighter. It is a fighter thing. Um, cool. So we're gonna add 1 day to the travel, which takes you into a new week.
Yeah, and I added a note under the caravan saying at the rest hills we avoided the bandits. We foraged for 9 sacks of supplies, enough to cover all party members for an extra week.
Great. New week. Cool. We're back to the top. So spend supplies, and a new person is going to roll for misfortune.
What was that trait they got called? Irresistible?
Irresistible.
Where's that?
I'll
I can't find it.
I'll
in
give
my
the
book.
roll for it.
Cool. It's under the fighter stuff in the Grasslands
I
guide.
got a 13. I have more than enough hero dice, so I'm just gonna just because I can, because I'm full up on them anyway, and just so I have some to refresh next time.
Mhm.
I'm gonna spend, it's a D6, right?
Yeah.
So that's up to 17.
Great. Yeah, sorry, everyone put your hero dice up too, right? Yeah, 17, it is again, like you're familiar with this road. You know how to take care of yourself. The You're swaddled against the dust. When it whips up, you are fine.
Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the week of foraging to cover this week's stuff, so I don't have to play with the sacks and the caravan.
Cool. Let's see. Who is this then? Yeah, so and you get advantage on that because of your hiding stuff. Great. Yeah, that's great for you. Fantastic. I think your danger sense kind of goes off again, in that you feel that someone is following you from a distance. Um, you can easily see them. They are not riding up on you. They are just traveling normally along the road, from Waystone to the next from to Fallen Umber. Um, and it's only a moment before you realize it is your old friends, the dwarf Redlander engineer with the twins, and the polybody, just kind of like making their way, same place you're going. They don't seem to be like following you. They don't seem to be, hostile or interested in any way. They're just like happen to be traveling in the same direction as you.
We've got
They're
a very good relationship with them, right?
Yeah, you're friendly. And then they're in gesturing distance, but they're just kind of like doing their own thing.
I'd warn them about the other group we encountered.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your eyes out. Some ne'er-do-wells along this route.
Ne'er-do-wells. I think the twins can take care of them.
Good. Yeah, they rode up on us, hesitated when we saw them. Then we set up a fake camp, which they tried to come in and kill us at night and realized we'd tricked them and ran away. And then we saw them again at the Jade thing.
Yeah, we saw them there too, and they didn't bother us.
Oh, good.
But raiders are not uncommon out here. They seemed like they would be a challenging tussle. Had some old heat lances. They looked like had been pulled off of combat golems. They were, I mean, no offense, fitted out for bear.
That's why we try to avoid a scuffle whenever possible.
That's good. Yeah, and they're gonna just tootle along.
These are the ones who were looking for the dragon.
They're looking for the dragon also rises.
Yeah.
An old machine.
I mean, they're certainly welcome to travel with us, but it sounds like they move much faster than we do.
And they also tend to always be like, we can take care of ourselves. We don't need friends.
Yeah, it's about companionship, sharing tea.
Yeah, they are they are friendly but a little standoffish, as Redlanders are sometimes. And there's just the four of them, so they travel kind of light.
Yeah.
So we could take them. No, I'm kidding.
Probably
not likely.
It's possible. The twins might give you a hard time, but
we have become the raiders now.
Yeah. If anyone needs to rest, you can rest. Don't have any extra days, so you have arrived at Fallen Umber. Fallen Umber. Great.
Do we want to call a break here for about an hour and a half?
Yeah. Oh, actually, you're still on the road. That's right, because you had the extra week. Yeah. So you have 1 week to Fallen Umber still. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do we're at the half hour. Let's do is 5 good or people need 10?
Five's
Let's go
good.
let's go till 35. Split the difference.
Okay.
Dig it.
Cool. Alrighty. Um cool. So now we are on our way to Fallen Umber for real. And I think that means it is Aderon's turn to make a misfortune roll.
Oh, okay. Yay. 14.
14. Yeah, the land, like you again, you've been through here before. You know the places to go, the places to hang out in, and it is eerily silent as usual. Normally, it would be unnerving. No, it's just the way it is.
So with Aderon wants to when we camp, Aderon wants to try a tea ceremony to see if anything shows up in the local noosphere.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I'm probably getting ahead of things when I say that, but
All good. Hmm. Huh. Um, yeah, I mean, there are phantoms, of old Umber
yeah,
here. Um, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of. It feels like the noosphere is like similarly quiet.
okay.
Whatever ended this place. What? Not that it's a plague or anything, psychic plague. It's just like the 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 silence extends into the noosphere.
All right.
Um, I'm gonna roll just to see how big that number is. It's a big number. Ooh. Um, as you're moving along, kind of like cresting a hill, you can see way off in the distance a like herd basically of um these like giant prairie dogs, megafauna. Basically you can tell like kind of from scale of like other, that they're as tall as if they're standing on their hind legs, they're as tall as one of these abandoned houses, right? And there's about 100 of them kind of like moving in a flock. um and one of the things you can see is there's not the same one, but another one of those kind of um, rabbit pig farm things, and they just swarm it. And it's a good distance away. You can't see exactly what happens, but when they leave, there's nothing left behind.
Are we close enough that we could go up and check on the village and see if anybody survived?
Um, you could spend a little bit of extra time doing that. Not a full day. It would be you would probably want to wait for them to leave the area first.
Right.
Um, but yeah, you can kind of go that way. There are bones, and
Oh,
if they were farming the same mushrooms, they are chewed down to the nubs. And yeah, clearly like a uh, fresh set of kills happened here.
mm. Beware of prairie dogs.
Yeah, this is like a mob of them. Yeah, it seemed like, judging again, like expert traveler, judging by the tracks, you can tell like individually they probably wouldn't be a problem, but a giant pack of them like this, if you catch them in a bad mood, is going to be a bad time.
Right. Adron's going to enter the noosphere to see if there are any of the rabbit pigs who are having problems passing into death.
I don't think so. I think it's, they are, again, kind of like semi-sentient. They're in between people and animals. I think they don't have complex enough spirits to have any trouble with that. You can
Okay.
like almost see them like kind of like dissipating back into the landscape.
Hmm.
Circle of life. That was our encounter. There's rest possible. No extra days, and yeah, we are at Fallen Umber. Again, not a lot here aside from the abandoned haciendas and chitin plantations. You're welcome to rest here. There's not a lot interesting here left anymore, really. The silence, it's kind of drones in your ears a little bit. It's got that ring to it.
Right. Now, can we train or?
Yeah, we can totally do that.
Okay. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, look for discoveries, market research, buy and sell. Not much but to buy here, sell here. Not much carousing to be had. Forage, care, study, hide, ambush.
Hmm. Adron is, well, that seems a little early to do that. What would be good? Actually, in the relative quiet, Adron is going to try and train up, like, I'm going to see if I can put some thought into the rebuilder.
Hmm.
And really what Adron's trying to do is just sort of review the things that they've seen in their dreams and stuff, and or I guess a waking nightmare, and see if they can identify, for instance, either of the two contentious persons who the rebuilder is unhappy with
Mm.
by future quest.
So are you intending to study and to like bring it to expert, or do you want to like commune with the rebuilder to get information?
Um, well, my goal ultimately would be to study to improve my understanding of things. And I think one of the things about being out here in the quiet, this is sort of, it's quiet, but it's an ambiance of the past.
Mhm.
And it seems like a good place to not try and disturb the rebuilder necessarily, but just to, I'm going to have to start having a better sense of what it is that I'm trying to accomplish.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, so I would say train rather than specifically speak to the rebuilder.
Okay. Go ahead and make your and this is training with aura, I think it is.
Oh, okay. 11.
11.
Not have any aura.
That will get you nothing.
Nothing.
You
Yep.
can spend a hero die if you want to bump it up.
Yeah, I'll spend a hero die and see what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. Whatever it rolls is gonna give you one success.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. 17. Maybe I should spend 2 hero die.
You could, yeah.
Okay, let's try that again. Yeah. So a total of 18.
Total
Then
of
I get
18.
difference.
That will still get you a single success.
Single success.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah, I think so do you remember what it told you before about who it was looking for?
I know I can go look at a video.
Yeah.
That's how I
So
remember it.
yeah, basically the soul was stolen by a shapeshifter.
Right.
The body was taken by an astral lizard. That's how she described it. Um, so yeah, that's about as much as you can glean before like the contact becomes overwhelming. But I think you in the quiet you have kind of like developed a slightly better facility for making that connection. So yeah, it's going to be 1 out of 6 for that training. What about Newt or Modan? What do you want to do for your week here?
Is a Newt? I know Newt just acquired a Newt. Is Newt equipped enough with that? Could Newt teach me the first rank in that skill they just acquired?
I cannot hear what you're saying.
Oh.
You're very quiet.
Weird. Can Newt teach me the first rank of that skill they just acquired?
Newt could probably teach you just the first rank. Yeah. That would require both of you doing your training action for that.
Oh, I don't want to. I mean, if you want to, but I don't want you to waste it if you want to do something else.
You do that. So you said there's not much here. What is here?
So this is Fallen Umber. This is like the echo of a wealthy society that was here long ago, like a chitin farming, basically. A lot of fungus, a lot of chitin cap they use for like armors and weapons and stuff. But that is all long gone. So it's now mostly just abandoned like Pueblo type buildings. A lot of dust.
Okay.
Some ghosts every now and then. Yeah, it is a pocket of silence.
Yeah, I can't think of anything more you would want to do here. I was thinking if there was any way to train something, but this is kind of a nothing place. So I'll train Moden.
Cool.
Moden.
Yeah. Let's you know what? Let's add both of your thoughts to this roll.
So
+3, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've got a 2, and Newt's got 1. Yeah.
Cool. Let's see what we get.
Kaboom! 9, 10, 11, 12.
A 12. That will get you 1 success. Yep.
Well, then I guess I will finally let go of electro detection.
Oh no!
No, don't let go of electro detection.
It came to me through if I remember correctly, a misfortune roll anyway. So
that's true. That's true. Oh yeah, that was like a mutation. Yeah. Interesting.
I think it's like it was a low roll. So Newt is just explaining if one simply dismisses the variations of the real in which one missed, then one always hits.
Right. I think I 1/3 understand that.
Dismiss the 2/3 where you did not.
Right.
So you got the electro detection through a through a mutation, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm trying. Can't remember now. Yeah, something
was.
like that, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was like a misfortune roll or something that turned into mutation.
yeah, and you got the like the horns from that as well, right? That you got rid of.
Oh no, I had through something else. I had big swollen lips at one point.
That's
That
right.
was actually that was related to the electro detection.
It was from the same thing.
Yeah, it's just that when you got the swollen lips cleared up with the biomancers at the last Sarai, you did not have the electro detection cleared up.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah,
kind
so I think that's
of
that's not going to go away by itself. That's not something that you can just drop.
Mm.
So you might have to move it to burdens if you want to don't want to drop anything else.
Mm.
So I have a question that's a very weird question.
Yes.
Not that I would ever ask any weird questions. Can Alba Negra take the mutation from Modem
Ooh. Um,
using
I,
her skills plus her acrylic reliquary. Ugh, I can't say that.
hmm. Um,
So like if she were to concoct a botanic like a botanist sort of formula because she works in
yeah.
spring dreams and things, and I wonder. I mean, this is a reach, but I'm trying
No,
to.
I think she could probably do something with that vial of mutagenic biomantic spores.
Yeah,
This is not her ballywhack really
yeah.
healing mutations or magical biomagical corruptions. But she can definitely give it a shot.
Okay.
She would spend that. Um, she would get a +3 from her botanist, and I think a +1 from thoughts. I think we're going to shoot for an 18. That's
Okay.
it's going to be difficult.
And Aderon will contribute to the cause with hero dice if they
Hmm.
need to,
Cool.
because Aderon's got a biomancy.
Or I could,
I
if
think
she's
they,
trying to help me, I could also throw in a hero die since I'm
yeah,
trying to give it to her.
I think the risk on a failure is further corruption.
Well, Alba Negra's not afraid of that, so
Yeah,
although Modan might be.
that's up to
Okay.
Modan. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Oh boy,
Boy.
hard. Uh,
So that is a 6. We need to add 12 more to make it work.
okay. Alba Negra will throw in a couple of hero dice. Well, that's part of it. So we're up to 11. Try it again. Ooh,
Need 2 more.
I can throw one in since I'm
You want-
trying real
okay.
hard to give it to her. Come on, big bucks, no whammies. That's not a big
That's a
buck, that's
whammy. That is a whammy.
Okay, so
One short.
Aderon will throw one in also. As Aderon's got
It's a
bioman.
group effort here, yeah.
It is.
Aderon's feed me tea.
Ooh, another 5.
Yeah. It is a whole process, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So take off your vial of mutagenic spores. You can get rid of your electro sense there. And yeah, I think it is like you are like it is a bad hangover again. Like it is tea drinking and gross fungus water
I
and
feel like Newt sees like just like electrical bolts like flowing between the three of us. What's happening? Ow.
So my question is, has Alba Negra captured that, or did I just clear it up?
you just cleared it off. Yeah.
Bummer. Okay, so I have used.
Oh yeah, I thought she was taking it on. I thought
No, it's a biomagical corruption. If I think it would take a lot more effort to capture
Okay.
it, right? And probably better equipment than you have on the road.
Yeah.
Cool. That was a lot of hero dice. Great. It sounds like we are heading to the Behemoth last leg of the journey.
Yep.
Cool. Um, Back around to Modan rolling for misfortune, I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna get in. Minus 5. Danger sense plus, yes, that's plus 3. Oh, no, it's my extra die. That's right. Forgot my own thing. D20, 56. God damn it. Rolled a 3 with plus a 1. Another 4. Both my misfortune rolls that have been a 4.
Ooh, okay. Um, do you want to use a hero die in that roll?
Yeah, why not? Might as well. Let me scroll up to the top. Hey, 6.
Hey,
Fine.
there we go.
Something decent. 10 total.
Yeah. I think getting that electrosense kind of took it out of your system a bit. You catch a cold on the way. You're coughing and sneezing for 5 days. If anything happens where that is relevant, let's find out if there is anything.
Stupid sand.
And that is on a
Sand in my nose.
Ooh. Interesting. So there are roll for that. You come across interesting. Oh, that's the wrong one. Like that's not where that belongs. Yeah, that's more better. Yeah, basically you are almost there when you see a patch of land near the shell being farmed by great folk. They're excavating marrow beets. Basically, they're farming the bone material for construction and biomancy and whatnot. It's one of the standard things they do. Um, Specifically, they're wearing overalls. um, and yeah, they are. They're neutral. They wave as you go by. Um, but yeah, you'll make it to the Behemoth Shell without any further incidents. It looks like no healing needed. So yeah, here we are.
Okay.
Your concierge got eaten, but you had another friend, right?
Right. Yeah, we got a new person. I don't remember who it was though.
Let's see, Umber, centipede vase. Oh yeah, he's probably there too. Um, Centena left behind. Yeah. Um, I think it's a new guy. Yeah, I think it's just a new Enrique is your new. Uh, you are known here. You've spent time and money here. New. Enrike is your new guide. They welcome you back. If you would like your old apartments, they are still available. Winter is coming soon, but they haven't filled up yet. We are in Violet month now.
How much were the apartments?
The apartments were $5 a week. Pretty cheap.
Okay.
I forgot to do this at the last location too. I'm gonna ask around too to see if anybody's seen that mysterious guy who was looking for me a while back.
Yep. In fact, as a matter of fact, now that you mention it, you are unpacking basically in your room. You're shaking off the dust when there's a little tap on your door sill, and it is this guy. He's got kind of like he looks like an office worker that works out kind of shape. Kind of like shortish, grayish, thinning hair, but he's got like a fedora-ish looking hat on, kind of like a gray, long, like overcoat. Look like he's dressed okay, but not super fancy underneath. And he's got like the tiny little circle glasses. Kind of takes them off and he's rubbing them. And he's like, "You are Modan, is that right?"
Depends on who's looking.
I am looking.
And who are you? Why do you want Modan? You looking for beans?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we are. And he like reaches into his pocket and hands you the card, the same card that you already have. Gian owed something. Gian Odlingi. He is a butcher clerk. And he says, "You're a hard man to track down. You have been here and there and everywhere, it seems like."
That's kind of the nature of traveler.
Well, I hear from my sources at the Sarai that you have been doing quite well for yourself.
Well, I have started the seeds of what I hope to be very prosperous and legume-filled future.
Seeds, exactly what I'm here for. First, I would like to apologize for my colleague, who it sounds like was rather unpleasant to deal with.
Pretty rude. Pretty rude. And tried to extort money out of me, I found out after the fact. Not in the name of the butcher bank, but in the name of himself.
He is no longer employed with us.
Good to know you. Take your business acumen seriously.
Oh, we take our business very seriously. So you have a trade route set up from the Sarai to your farm? I understand that is being managed by, and he like pulls out a little notepad. It was being managed by a cat lord, but is now being managed by Mook the orc. Is that correct?
Hard-working orc, that Mook.
They are quite hardworking. Congratulations on your friend's recent nuptials, I suppose.
Hopefully. I haven't seen. I only got remote word about Pookie's nuptials and all that, so I haven't spoken or seen since. So I can only hope they're happy wherever they are.
Well, regardless, it sounds like Mook is doing a fine job. So tell me, have you any idea of where another trade route could be set up for yourselves?
Well, pretty much any place I have gone, people have seemed to really enjoy my beans, and so I mean, I feel like the entirety of the grasslands is eventually I would like to have beans going everywhere. As far as what the next location could be, it really could be anywhere.
And he kind of like takes a look around and like runs his finger on the it is smooth bone wall, right? Like he pulls away as if he's expecting dust, and there is none. He says, "Do you feel I've been here waiting for you for a while, and the great folk are company." Pauses. Do you feel? I understand that they are farmers of a sort themselves. What's your professional opinion on the bean trade in this area?
Do I have out of character, like, do I have a sense of how I feel about this area?
Yeah, I think that's up to you.
Business wise.
Yeah.
And this is where the great folk are, right?
Yeah.
And it is a good like hub. It's a fairly busy hub of
Yeah, I mean,
caravans and stuff,
people
right?
do come through here.
Just trying to remember where all we've been. It's like, I feel like it does have possibility. If I was going, if I'm being honest with you, before I made any hard decisions as to an actual next bean hub, I'd probably want to consult with one of my traveling companions who's much more savvy in the ways of business and advertising and things, might have a better sense of such things.
That would be Phaedrid.
Yes. I have the traveling and the farming down. I rely on Phaedrid a lot for business advice.
Well, of course, I would expect you to consult with Mr. Otani before making any decisions. But the bank who you have borrowed from before and have repaid dutifully, well before the term was up, I might add, is willing to extend you a further line of credit if you wish to invest in further ventures.
And I'm always willing to hear the details of what that arrangement would entail.
Well, you are my liaison, whether you are the business person or not. I've been contracted to stay here until you make a decision one way or the other. So there's no rush, there's no pressure. We may be seeing much of each other if the winter comes and we remain at the shell.
This is true. It's true. Winter is approaching quickly.
If you have an investment opportunity, we have funds allocated to your case.
And I mean, obviously, the Butcher Bank is not in the business of charity, I assume.
Obviously.
What would be your stake in this? What would you be getting out of this arrangement?
Well, we are happy to extend the same terms that we did with the original 100% interests over the course of a year. If you would like to make alternate arrangements, and the bank's investments are becoming diversified. The management no longer wishes to rely solely on usury for our income. And so if you would be interested in arranging a deal wherein we would be taking a percentage of your profits, that is also amenable. Of course, with default clauses and the standard. Again, no pressure to make a decision at the moment. I am here at your pleasure.
So just so I'm clear, either a percentage of the route, the profits made on the route,
or if there was something that you set up here that you think would be interesting to these people, we can talk about that as well. But a route was the initial proposal, yes.
And the other would being, if I borrowed enough to set up a route, you said 100% interest.
Yes, standard terms.
the year, you said, correct?
Yes.
So if I borrowed 10,000, after 1 year, I would owe 20,000.
Precisely. Maybe you are a business person.
Just making sure I understand all the ins and outs here. I will consider the offer. I do appreciate it. Naturally, I hope you. I am always hesitant to be indebted. That does seem like a very high interest rate to me.
I wouldn't say indebted. I would say invested. I've found that pressing motivation is useful to get projects off the ground that would otherwise linger.
This is very interesting. I am interested in expanding my being empire, and I will take this under consideration. And I will try to have some kind of decision for you quickly. I don't want you to have to linger here any longer than you already have.
I'm being paid regardless.
Oh, good. That's good to know. I'll consult my compatriots, and I will be thinking about it for sure.
And he will take his leave. What would Newt Aderon and Alba Negra like to do here, if anything? We can also call it early and bring it back up next week if folks want to do stuff as a group. But I'm also happy to continue doing business here as well.
I mean, if we're gonna, I'm cool with ending early, but I think if we're gonna end early, maybe then I can just do a quickly try to see if I can actually get this someone that's okay. This time I hand off my money to uh Aderon for a bit, and then I'm gonna go. I'll return if I find someone to actually trade me this time. And I'm gonna try to find someone to train me in exotic weaponry. Let's see how this goes.
Fantastic. Yeah, let's do a charisma check.
That's a 2. See, this is why I handed off all the money.
That is a 2. I mean, it's better than one.
Gave all my stuff to someone else.
Yeah. As you know, it is Violet Month. Winter is quickly approaching, and caravans from the area are beginning to filter in. They mostly seem like empty trade caravans, like they have dumped off their goods and are kind of just like hunkering down with their profits, which means that they have less need of guards and hangers on and whatnot. And so you probably get caught up in people regaling you of because this is where the party happened, right? Last time.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's still people here that were there before and who are like giving you high fives, and I think you are distracted from the task of finding, even if there were someone here, by people kind of hanging on to you in hopes of another epic party at some point.
Okay.
What about Aderon?
I come back after a few hours. I was not murdered, Aderon, and I pick up my things again.
Okay. Aderon returns your wealth. Does the Behemoth Shell have like untenanted spaces and passages in it?
It is kind of like honeycombed with passages and chambers and stuff. They are. I'm sure there are unused ones, but as the winter comes, they're filling up.
Right. Also, how many people can we get into a room?
It's going to be the price is per head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I was just trying to save money for the caravan. Okay.
Oh no, sorry, it's 5 per week to set up a camp. Period. So, and
Oh,
camp is taking care of your stuff outside, you hanging out there. Yeah. So yeah, $5 a week flat for everyone.
oh, okay. So that means I don't have to drop it by very much for the moment.
Yeah.
So I will drop it by 5. So we're down to there for whatever reason. Um, hmm. Great bulk. Um, I guess are there any great folk crafts people?
Yeah.
Okay. So I could conceivably um either spend some money or in some way make trade with a great folk crafts person to try and work on my crafting skills.
Yeah, and they are noted biomancers as well. So um,
Oh, okay. So I could do biomancy instead.
they could do they're bone crafters, biomancers, all around pain in the butts. But
Right, right. Yeah, I didn't think about the biomancy. I'll do the crafting side of things,
cool.
and I will make
Yeah, this
a
will be primarily bone crafting, but
yes, yeah. That's one of the things that I have practice with. So,
cool.
uh,
Go ahead and make a roll with thought then,
okay.
since yeah, you there's not much digging up there to do.
So that's 15 plus 4 is 19.
Yeah.
Is there any advantage in pushing it over the edge?
One more, a 20 will get you 2 successes.
Okay, then I will go ahead and roll a hero die, because why not? And so I got up to 24.
24. That will get you 2 successes. So it's gonna be 2 out of 6 you're going to expert, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I think you actually find one of the less irritating crafters. Um, I think as you because it's these bone crafters, right? They are kind of in between the hosts and merchants that you have been mostly interacting with,
Right.
and the field workers, and they are not terrible to learn from. Um, and I think what's their name? Their name is Ven. Um, and they, as they're kind of teaching you and like showing you how they bone craft, they kind of ask like, you've been I've seen you around here now and then, and you seem to get around as well. Have you heard folks in other places talk about us?
On occasion, yes.
Is it flattering or not?
I believe that people respect your craft and the good work of the great folk, but I believe there is a measure of
Fear?
no, I would say concern, but the great folk,
Eat our dead. Yeah, I've heard that.
and sometimes I would say it seems sometimes the great folk eat their living too.
Oh,
And
that's not true.
I don't mean literally, I mean figuratively in that case.
I'm
You
not
are
sure I
very,
follow.
very focused on status here.
I think there is some in many a lingering resentment. And I think many of us try to make ourselves seem more important than we actually are.
I find this odd because you live in a very, very beautiful place.
Yes, I mean, the behemoth was very beautiful, I imagine, when it walked. And it's, it's said that we are descended from the servants of the behemoths and um, caring for their shells is part of our nature. We
I
can't
myself am
like
that born.
say that again.
I myself am that born.
Hmm.
I was created to serve. I understand this.
Well, I mean, this was a long time ago. I don't imagine that you're that old. You don't look it.
My age is indeterminate.
Hmm. My mother's the same way. Cool. I think we can cut there. Um, Anything else we want to do here?
Well, yeah, I can think of if it's quick. We're at the point where we do our weekly.
Yeah, this is
whatever.
our weekly thing.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, I'm trying
Which
to think if Alba Negra has something to do
I
too.
haven't done one this
Yeah.
time, right?
I don't think so. Yeah, you and Aldenegra.
I was thinking of very simply, it's asking around about the secret handshake.
Mm.
I find that third. I think maybe I was hoping maybe I could apply the great folks conceit and be like, being the greatest of folk, then surely you must know the handshake.
Who are you asking about this?
This is, am I remembering correctly that this was kind of a merchant thing, or am I making that up?
Yeah, you got it while carousing, so it was kind of a drunk merchant thing.
Right. Are there great folk merchants?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd be hit up a merchant, about kind of indicating that I'm considering the Behemoth Shell as the next great bean hub. But
I don't think we're planning on selling beans anytime soon. Just bones.
beans are getting more and more in demand, and you could be the second place in the grasslands to get them at the moment.
I'm sure that beans grow in many places.
Oh, not beans like mine.
Oh, your beans. Fascinating. Um, Give me a charisma check. And this is just to find someone. This is basically a luck roll.
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
16.
Cool. Let's see. Yeah. Want that one there. Yeah. So yeah. This merchant's name is Zerd, Zird. Zird. They are general. They're kind of like a go between, a broker basically, um, and they tell you that do you like demonstrate the handshake?
Um, trying to figure out how you would figure out if somebody knows it without giving it away. I kind of figure there's probably like a couple of stages to it. So sort of an initial stage where like if someone knows it, they know where to go next. If they don't, they're sort of like, "What are you doing?
Mhm.
Why are you fingering my palm? That's gross."
Right,
Or
right. Yeah, I think when you like do the first step, he kind of like stiffens up. It's like, are you? I'm sorry, are you hitting on me?
Oh, no, 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 no. I mean, not in a. You mean like in like a romantic way?
It's or a sexual way, yes.
No, 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 no. It's just a little business thing. Some of us, you know, like you ever have a special little inside joke with some of your friends, and like, oh, only you and your friends know this little thing.
I know that some merchants have a little joke they play on people most of the time, a lot of times, many times, yes.
It's just like that.
And I think he cautiously like performs the second step of the handshake for you. Do you complete it?
Sure.
Yeah, and he like kind of smiles to himself and is just like, are you trying to play a joke on me? Or have you
I
been the victim of it?
I was just investigating further the suspicion that a joke has been played on me.
Hmm. There are many Greenlander merchants who have made their way this way, and I've heard tales. Um, you didn't pay for this knowledge, did you?
Not directly. I mean, I did not directly exchange money for this knowledge. The knowledge was given to me in a bit of drunken revelry, let's say.
Well, you got off easy then. I've I've seen people fall prey to this, and lose their savings. So,
Oh, wow.
um, are you? And not no offense, because you don't look the part. Um, are you a wizard by any chance?
Only short answer, no. I have some interest in wizardry, but I have not yet um, gone down that route to learn any of those skills. But it does intrigue me. My friend has some wizardry and
Right. Have you
I
shown this
love
to your
it.
friend at all? Has he?
No, I don't think I have.
Hmm. Um, well, I have good news and bad news for you. The bad news you've already heard. Um, and I guess, not as bad news is that you're doing it all wrong. I the um, it must have been quite the circumstance under which you learned it, because the actual secret handshake is much more embarrassing. It's the way you've altered it, however, does remind me of things that I've heard before. Then I can take some time and ask around. Do you think this might be a power that you've inadvertently stumbled upon?
My optimism hopes that it is.
How long are you staying with us here?
I'm not positive. We may be gone shortly before the winter. Sort of depends on how business pans out here. We did have one thing we were hoping to attend to before the winter arrives, but I need to consult with my colleagues and sort of see where we end up.
I will consult with my colleagues as well, and I may be able to arrange uh, a meeting with someone who can help you.
Well, it would be most appreciated. I do love. I love investigating curiosity. It is my driving force.
Of course. Great. So he will look around and let you know when he finds someone. Cool. Anything else?
I'm trying to figure out something for Alba Negra to train in. Do so is the Behemoth Shell got much of a noospheric presence?
You know what? It kind of does. Um, More like a residue, I think.
Mhm.
Um, the these stories that you've picked up from around here, and whether it's just like tourist bullshit or not, is that this is actually the body of a behemoth, which basically it was built up and accreted by a demiurge long ago, before they evacuated them for some reason, leaving the shells behind. But I think you can, without a roll or anything, like you can tell that there is a residue of some old power here, like long, long, long gone. Just the faintest whiff, but like I think it's enough to tell you that like those stories have at least a kernel of truth in them.
Right. Um, hmm. Habanega would like to see if she can find somebody to um who knows something about tapping the power. Um,
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a charisma check.
okay, that's something
Um,
she's good at.
Charisma should be charisma maxes out at 5.
Right, but she's got a +1 because of her jade mask.
Yeah, it still maxes out at 5.
Oh, it's maxes out at 5, so the +1 doesn't matter, huh? Gotcha. Well, that's not as much fun. Okay, so
And
charisma.
technically bottoms out at 0. So if you want, if that's
Oh, that's why I got upset about the -1 on the strength too.
yeah.
Gotcha.
But you can keep that as like a note that's from the corruption if you want to bump it up
Yeah.
again to 0.
Okay. Let's
But
see.
yeah, roll +5.
Yep. 21.
Fantastic. Yeah. Um,
Hmm.
I think outside there is a small satrap caravan. They travel through here. It's only a trio of them, and they have like a basically like a small 3-person walker vehicle, like a car with legs instead of wheels,
Mhm.
and no pack animals or anything. Um, and so how does Albanegra kind of approaching folks about this?
Um, she wanders around, um, muttering to herself, and is basically examining walls and just different parts of the shell. And so she looks weird because she's an introvert, so she's not going to go up to anybody directly.
Yeah.
But she looks weird, and at the same time, if anybody is aware of the noosphere, they can tell that she is actively searching in the noosphere.
Yeah.
And she's got a high charisma. She's just expecting something good will happen.
Yeah. And something does. One of the satraps approaches her, um, introduces themselves as 213 Shelter. Satrap 213 Shelter. They are orange. And they kind of broach the subject gently, but basically, like if you saw someone like looking through the windows of a building, like the kind of same thing, only noosphere. They kind of like approach, with their staticky helmet voice. And it's like, are you looking for something? Can I help you?
Can you see the power?
There is power here, but I'm not equipped to use it.
I am trying to find a way to train myself to be better at working with the power.
Working how?
I have trained extensively in my basic mental hygiene regimens, and so have quite the ability to some ability to defend myself and quite an ability to project my will, but I feel that I lack a focus, some sort of tool or effect to leverage my full intensity. And she sort of stares at them suddenly.
Yeah, and they've got the faceplate, right?
Yeah. Like staring at somebody with sunglasses just doesn't work.
Yeah. And they go still for a moment. If she's had experience with satraps before, it might be clear that he is communicating with his friends there. And says, we don't have the equipment on us right now, but we can produce it for you in pretty short order. What do you have to trade?
I specialize in perfumes and shared dreams and experiences. I could create an experience for you if you would like.
That might be interesting for both of us. And we'll do this as your training roll, I think, and see how that shakes out.
Okay.
And roll with aura, I think.
Okay. I gotta double check my aura. My aura. Nothing special. Okay.
Mm. Would you like to spend a hero die on that?
Heck no.
All right. Um, Yeah, so what does it look like when she's doing this thing?
Right. So the thing that she normally does is she consults with them about what kind of experience they want to have,
Hmm.
and then she creates a botanical concoction to basically using her previous knowledge, she creates a concoction that sets a kind of mood or tone.
And
And
they don't drink or breathe air. How
right,
does she adjust for
yeah.
that?
Um, they still can they do they have open skin that they can absorb things through?
No, they're in spacesuits basically.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was thinking. She's going to try to solve the problem by basically kidnapping Aderon. Uh, because Aderon has the teacup with the node,
Mm.
and she's got a Nuo jack, and she's going to jack into the teacup. So she's just going to try and do this all through the network. So basically, she is going to, and this is like she's got technical background, so it's not that she's completely unfamiliar. This is just a little bit beyond what she's ever tried to do before, because normally she operates through her botanicals.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what she's going to do is she's going to take the botanical herself,
Hmm.
and then she's going to um wow, how would you do that? Uh she is going to it's going completely different direction. She's going to try and in the node, she's going to try and set up a virtual room that matches the visions she's having.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially translating her drugged out state into a virtual reality.
Yeah, interesting. Um, Interesting. So a couple things are going to happen. Shelter appears, 213 Shelter appears in the room as just like a blinding orange light, basically.
Okay.
Um, and you can feel it. What's the experience you're trying to give them?
Well, it would partly depend on what they were interested in experiencing.
Yeah, yeah.
Would have asked them what they wanted, and then she would try and, design her botanicals to emphasize those.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So you can feel like the light kind of focus and kind of like it feels like the hemispheres of your brain are being pulled apart a little bit.
Okay.
Um, and like it's almost like something it feels sharp, I think. Like right in your like
Okay.
gland. Um, and it feels like it's over in an instant. When you come out of it, it is dark. Uh, Time has clearly passed. Um, and all three satraps are gone. So you are going to need mechanically, you're going to need an extra success for this skill. So take it up to 4.
Okay.
Um, your if it when you look at your hands, do they seem older or younger?
Uh, well, they already were old looking, so can I? Well, why would that be? That doesn't make any sense. My inclination is to say that when she looks at her hands, they appear translucent.
Mm. Yeah, the skin is a little bit
Yeah.
see-through. Um, great. You are getting a new trait. And that trait is crystal fungus.
Mhm. Do I need to look that up, or is that?
No, and it takes another slot, in fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 slots or wait?
Oh, just the one slot for the crystal fungus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Uh,
So
it's
so is that?
and I think you feel like you have there's like it's like that feeling you just got out of a warm bath, like there's something not missing but absent, maybe, that you don't necessarily miss, but it feels like you have a little bit of purpose, maybe.
Okay. So
Feels
something is
good.
missing, but I have a feeling of purpose.
Yeah, just like had your second cup of coffee, kind of like, all right, I can do something. I know.
Hmm. He's very perplexed.
Yeah. Uh, great. Do we have anything else before we wrap it up? Great. Sweet. We'll leave it there. We'll pick up hopefully when Mike gets back next time. And yeah, let's do some quick stars and wishes. Let's go right to left from the keeper. So well, that's Alba Negra. So that's deal.
Um. Hmm. I like Modon's interaction with the bank representative. Um, and I'm glad that Newt deposited their cash before they went into the dangerous parts of town. Um, I Even though it's not specific to this particular session, I'm still very curious where Newt is going with their ultra. Um, Overall, I think this was an interesting. Um, the dynamics were a little different without Mike, so we did some different things, I think.
Yeah.
I think Mike's more driven to stay on a schedule than the rest of us are, so sort of made things a little more laid back. Um, and I am now I Alba Negra has now been officially uh, introduced to. She's had her first one,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh, wait." And honestly, this is on top of being captured by a face stealer, so really probably her second one. Who knows?
Yeah.
Um,
Some people get
but
bugs, some people get crystal fungus put in their brain. It's
yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, this is gonna set her back a little bit. So I would say once again, I love the game and it's great. Um, and I look forward to the the next failed rolls I make.
Any wishes?
Um, uh, the only not so much wishes, it's just I'm going to continue to try and figure out how we can pursue things like the biomancy and the beams and stuff like that. So wishes in that sense that I want to have us develop an approach to doing research and stuff like that.
Cool. Thank you. Stephen.
Yeah, the session I'm just thinking. Stars in terms of just having like recurring characters and problems show back up again and again, building up that sense of continuity. I guess for in terms of wishes, the thing I'm thinking about is I'd like to have like the past few sessions have been a lot of really big picture thinking, like all the time. I'd love to actually have something happening that isn't like kind of in the broad strokes what's happening. Like, like actually going to a place and doing something as opposed to kind of
getting the weak view. Yep. Cool. Sweet. And Heath.
Yeah. Stars, I do everyone for your always wonderful character playing and jamming. I like. I don't. It's hard for me to tell how much of this is the system and how much of it is this group, or how much of it is both. But like, I like that. To me, it feels like we're not constrained by a system, and just sort of like any kind of cool stuff we want to do, we'll collectively figure out a way to do it. And so that's just a fun way to go, of like, even if there's not explicit rules on how, two players can combine powers or whatever, it's like, well, we'll figure out it makes sense to, if I roll that and you roll that, maybe we can do a cool,
Yeah.
It's just fun to feel like, when you're in a game where you're not constrained, because it's never fun when you're like, okay, I want to do this. And, no, I'm sorry, you can't. There's no mechanic for that. That's not a thing you can do. Kind of like, I think when I was playing in Mike's, we had a real short, the old Star Wars D6 game from way back when, which was fun, but like super, not the greatest system, obviously. It was super archaic, but there's like, if I remember correctly, there is no aid mechanic. Like, you cannot help another character do a thing. You just can't. That's not a thing. You can't do that. So it's like, I can't, nope, no way for you to help your friend. Sorry. It's not a, and this is the opposite of that. So, wishes, find out, I did the interaction with the bank guy is very interesting to me, because like naturally I'm way wary. I'm just like, there's something fishy going on here, man.
You've been doing well at the blackjack table, so they're inviting you to the larger stake table.
Yeah, which is what, that's what I'm hoping. Like, that's what, like, why I found it interesting, because I mean, it's not unreasonable for me to be wary, of course, but then part of me is like, I like that about you as a GM too, is like, in some games it would be like, well, of course anybody you meet is going to be hostile or going to be an enemy or trying to trick you or whatever. It's like, that's not always the case. Like, sometimes it is just what it is. Yep. There's not always some business. Yeah, exactly. There's not always like some like, oh, he's going to get me into a deal and then fuck me, but there's still that skepticism of, because it is obviously
people to the big stakes table. It's
right. Well, there's also, and there is, that is something that could happen in this game. There could be like a ulterior motive, or he's once he gets, he's gonna take over my bean empire or whatever.
I mean, so transparently, I think through dealing with the butcher bank, is where like they are going to be offering you a larger loan, which carries more risk for you if
Of course
it is not paid off. Which
so
a bank makes money by people not paying their loans.
exactly. They're not, like I said again, they're not in it for charity.
Yeah,
they got a reason they're interested in offering me a deal. But yes, that's, and I just also, I mean, same with like just all the interactions in this game. It's like they legitimately could go either way. Like, oh, it could be an enemy trying to mess you, or it could be another friendly caravan. It's not everything's a danger, but it's
could be a bunch of dark riders chasing you down.
exactly. So yeah, I'm interested, and I do legitimately like. Didn't want to make a decision until Mike's back, because I do feel like that's something Phaedra could help Modan with. It was like, is this a standard deal, or are they like screwing me on the interest here? Things like that.
It's the same deal that you got at the beginning with your 1,000 credit loan, right?
But anyway, so yeah, I'll be interested to see where that goes and see kind of what we can get done before the winter, and then what we're gonna do during the winter.
Nice.
We shall see. That's it.
Well, and one thing I would say is, in terms of taking out a loan, if we by some chance had a biomantic lab that was functioning that we could use, that loan might have a lot more impact.
It's true. Stars all around as usual for all the things. I'm glad we got to do. I was curious about like what we would do if we got to the precipice of the lab, and like, do we want to wait for the full team to go in, or are we just going in? I think we got a lot of interesting stuff happening along the way. It didn't feel like filler. Like you were saying, Stephen, like stuff developing and folding things back in and getting a couple of new things too. I think my main wish, I mean, get back into the lab, but I feel like I think I'd like more groups. I mean, we're going to be here, but like more group stuff. I feel like the spotlight management has been intense. Like, we're going to do your thing for 30 minutes. Now we're going to do your thing for 30 minutes. And I'd like to sort of like get it more spread around. But otherwise, yeah, super, super good time. Awesome. Oh yeah. What Heath was saying about the like you can do stuff. There's a bit that I really enjoy that kind of like encapsulates the philosophy. I comment this from Mythic Bastion Land. They have like the core thing is the like action procedure, and just like what do you want to do? How is that possible? Like, is that going to cost something? Is it going to be risky? Great. What happens? And like that is the core mechanic of most games. I like it just like spelled out in explicit steps like that. It's like, oh yeah, cool. That's what we've been doing. That's great. It's the answer is not on your character sheet. That's like we'll use the rules to figure out how to do stuff, but like just do like what you like. Cool.
Yeah. One thing I would say as far as the spotlight, like if we're all together in a dungeon, it's easier to move the spotlight around fast. But anytime you're in, especially I don't want to call it downtime because I don't think it's downtime, but when you're in more social or developmental time periods, it's very hard to, unless people are literally doing things together, it's very hard to not move from person to person.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, like in the situation we're doing tonight, in between adventures or whatever you call it, is exactly when we kind of each do our own thing. We're like, ooh, I'm going to try to train skill. You're going to try to get that thing done. They're going to try to get that thing done.
Yeah. Cool. I'm going to stop the recording. Thanks for everyone watching. Bye.